Good morning.
Good morning.
My camera is not working for some reason this morning, but we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Okay,
Can you tell me your name and what school you are at?
sure. I'm Diana Anderson, and I am at Lyman Hall Elementary School, which is in Southeast Georgia.
Okay. What type of degree is required for your position?
Well, I am the media specialist at my school, and as such, I'm also responsible for much of the technology at my school. I have a master's degree in instructional technology and media, and that is the requirement.
Okay. What are your job responsibilities?
Well, because we don't have a full-time in-house tech person at my school, I'm pretty much the first line of defense when it comes to technology. The teachers naturally and automatically come to me when they run into issues. So I fill the role of both media specialist and technology specialist at my school.
Okay. How are you meeting the needs of faculty and staff during the transition to remote learning this semester?
Whew, remote learning's definitely been a challenge for all of us this year. I try to help fill the gap and just be there for the teachers because I know that they're even more frustrated than I am. I'm constantly researching ahead of time and learning, and I do try to stay abreast of expected problems before they arrive, so I can be one step ahead of the teachers just to help alleviate that stress level a little bit. They all know I'm ready and willing to help, and I work hard to keep their frustration levels at a minimum when it comes to dealing with this whole remote learning thing.
Okay. How are you meeting the remote learning needs of students and parents?
Again, the students and parents, know that I'm available and willing to help whenever any issues come up. In the beginning, when we first started, I was constantly on the phone and meeting virtually with teachers and students and even parents to try to talk them through situations when they ran into a snag. Now, not so much. We've all come a real long way since we started with this whole virtual learning, and we're constantly learning and improving together as we go.
Okay. What are typical daily activities for your job? What are the typical daily activities?
Again, along with my typical media specialist responsibilities, I'm also the first line of defense when it comes to technology issues and troubleshooting, especially at my school. Although I don't actually do the purchasing of the technology equipment, I'm definitely asked for my input when it comes to that. And we have a technology committee that I am the chairman of at my school. And so we give input for purchasing decisions and also try to stay one step ahead when it comes to apps and software applications for learning.
Okay. Do you have a budget that you control, and how do you make decisions on selecting resources for your stakeholders?
I have a budget for my media center for media supplies and books and resources, but I do not have a budget for the technology end of things. That's all done through the board office, through our technology coordinator. Although I do have input into the purchasing. I personally do not make those purchases and do not have the budget.
Okay. This next question has two parts. Have you
Okay.
had an opportunity to impact technology implementation throughout your school? And would you describe a specific example?
Yes. Again, I don't do the actual purchasing, but I do have a great input onto into the needs for technology at my school, and am constantly looking for newer and better technology to meet the needs of our staff and students. One thing that I made a suggestion for, and they took it and ran with it, was the purchasing of several interactive whiteboards. And so I took it upon myself to research and um, look into the possibilities and the different ones that were available. And then I made a suggestion, which they took. And so now our teachers do have interactive whiteboards.
Okay. Does your school have a technology committee?
It does. And like I said, I'm actually the chairperson for my technology committee as the school's media specialist.
Okay. How are technology decisions made at your school?
Again, we have the committee, and when a need arises, we discuss it. The technology committee serves as the forerunners for looking into potential technology improvements. And then we make the recommendation from the technology committee to the proper channels at the school board.
Okay. What is the best part of your job?
Probably the best part of my job is being able to pass information on to the teachers that I know that they can then use in their classroom that helps their students, which is our number one priority.
Okay. And then the last question, what do you find to be the most challenging part of your job?
Um, honestly, teachers that are set in their ways that do not want to move into the 21st century when it comes to using technology as a teaching tool and a resource. And they're just the reluctant staff members that say, you know, I like to do it the way I've been doing it for the past 20 years. Getting them to see the light and to try new things and implement them has probably been the most frustrating part of my job.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
And I hope you have a good rest of the day.
You too.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.